Did you get into greenery and art department at the same time, or did you get into one first and then kind of transition?
The way it all kind of works, you have your construction department and your art department, and they pretty much work hand in hand. The art department's always the lead. They come in, the production designer, which like I said, I'm an 800 production designer. Our job would be to start with the director early on. We'd read the script, a couple of notes meetings with the director so I can get sort of his color palette, his concepts, etc. And then once I kind of have a firm grasp of what the director is sort of envisioning, then I'll bring that to paper, whether it's drawing or it's digital, which most of us don't draw anything anymore. I mean, a pencil is pretty rare to see in the art department nowadays. And then from there, we break it all down and create the entire concept, and that's where your construction coordinator comes in. He starts early on with the designer to be able to sort of figure out how do we create these elements, what's important to build, what's important to shoot practically, how can they save money shooting practically versus having to build the whole thing on a soundstage. So, kind of a combo. But Greens is technically under construction, but we still fall under the art department, so it's kind of a weird middle ground. We sort of have this little Switzerland in the art department.
What's one of your favorite memories being in the business?
Boy, there's been a lot. I think you heard me when I did a speech a little while ago at the Cathy Estate. We talked a lot about Minority Report.
Oh, yeah.
Which, funny enough, I was watching with my stepdaughter the other night, which she's 10 and had never seen it before. And just trying to explain to her the process and all the lengths that we go through and the time that I spent living in like the Willard Hotel in Washington, D.C. next to the White House for like 2.5 months. And I mean, just, a lot of the travel and I think the people you meet, that is the fun part, especially when you're younger.
Was there ever a time when you questioned your career path? And if so, what made you get back on the right track?
I think as a human, we always at times wonder. I think when I started going on the road a lot, during my first marriage, it was definitely one of those moments you go, is this good? Is this going to be right? And you learned later it wasn't. So that's probably the only thing I've really had to question, I think, and look at myself now is saying I don't want to do the travel as much. Being in a foreign city for 6 months is great for the first month, but you eventually start to miss your family, your friends, your bed, your own house, everything that kind of like is part of your life.